Well, we're back here at Satellite Lake, and I got my pylons up out there, and that can only mean one thing. We're here to do some pylon racing today. And what I got for you today is an interesting race. I've been getting some requests to compare the new L6052 with the Lishitoys L6052 with the WL Toys V636 Skylark. And that's what we're going to do today in a pylon race. Additionally, I got one of my old standbys, my old war horses here, my old WL Toys V212. I'm going to throw this one in the race also today to see how it compares to the newer Alias clones. This used to be this once was one of my favorites, and it still is kind of one of my favorites. It's a very maneuverable flyer until these clones started to come along. But I want to see how this actually performs against the clones, and we'll do that today with the L6052 versus the V636 versus the V212. So, hope you enjoyed today's flights. This should be interesting. Okay, the pylons that we have for this race are spaced 100 feet apart. I actually did 32 paces to space them. I'm halfway in between at 16 paces. We are going to start the race with the Lishitoys L6052. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to do one practice lap around the pylons. I'm going to use that pylon in the distance as the start and stop point this is the big boys pylons here at Satellite Lake for the bigger aircraft that are flown here. But I'm going to use that one off in the distance as my start-stop point. When it flies across there, that's the start of the race. And when it flies after 5 laps, again, past the pylon, that'll end the race. So let's get this in the air. First of all, I'm binding it. We're going to do a practice lap again, and then after following the practice lap, that will start the race. Going to high. One more practice lap. There's some wind here. And getting ready to start the race. Start the race now. One lap. There's a wind I'm fighting today. Slight breeze. It's making it more interesting. 2 lap. Three laps. Four laps. Going down when that thing really speeds up. And 5 laps. That's the L6052. Okay, let's go into the race with the V636. Okay, now it's the turn of the V636. Binding the quadcopter, setting it to 60%. I find that the most, I have the most control over the quadcopter at 60%. It gets a little squirrely at 80 and 100%. And let's go into the practice run. I'll do 1 or 2 practice runs depending on how well I feel with this, and then we'll go into the race. One more practice run, because I'm flying a different quadcopter here. Each one has its own characteristics, but we'll start the race. Starting the race now. Now this one flies, I notice it flies a lot squirrelier than this L6052. You got to be real careful with it. 1 lap. 2 lap. Starting to get the hang of it now. Three lap. Four lap. And 5 laps. That was the L6052. Very sensitive flyer. But okay, let's go into the flight with the Lishitoys V212 and compare that to the V636 here. Okay, this is the turn of the Lishitoys V212. I'll give it 1 or 2 practice runs. I got it at 60%. The V212. And right away I notice this is a nice smooth flyer. I don't know why I don't fly it as much. One more practice run and we'll go into the race. The old V212 Warhorse, great quadcopter still. And starting the race now. Got a wind here, it's getting a little squirrely. It's 1 lap. And 2 lap. Three laps. Four laps. And 5 laps. That was the V212. And I'll put up these are the final times of all 3. V212 versus L6052 versus V636. These are your winner and number 1 or number 2 and number 3. And also, let me put up the times. I did similar flying with the SEMA X5C and the X5C-1 upgrade model. Let's put those times up here, just as a comparison. And also I did a pylon race with the JXD388 versus the Lishitoys V252. And here are those times. These are just comparison. You can't really directly compare them though. The conditions were different for each one of those flights, but they were both 100 meter, or they were all 3 of them were 100 meter pylon races. So just to give you a general idea how these perform against each other. So Quadcopter 101 with his old Warhorse V212. Quadcopter 101 signing off on this breezy morning here at Satellite Lake.